basically banned on every streaming platform, so because of that, he has no real way of making any decent money. A lot of people have been asking how his family are reacting to his antics.
My family disowned me. My dad told me, "You caused the whole world stress. I'm ashamed to be your father."
My parents are more pissed than anybody else on the internet. I'm telling you that right now. They're like, my dad's like, "Why the are you going to Japan and with these people? Why are you going to Korea and with these people? Why are you doing this?" Like, they don't tell them when they ask you that.
What are you as a parent going to do about that? Like, he's a grown-ass man. They can't just like walk into his room and unplug the Ethernet cable, right? Like there are just some things that you as a parent don't have control over.
Johnny Somali's situation has completely collapsed, and at this point he is pleading for financial assistance. A new report claims that Johnny Somali allegedly even turned his own family for help, but they flat out rejected him. As you already know, Johnny Somali is heading into his upcoming trial next month, which could be his last chance before he ends up in prison facing a final sentence. Witnesses are set to testify, and the trial itself is expected to last about 3 hours. Right now, Johnny Somali is desperately trying to gather money before it begins.
He is now a burden to Hank and Hank's family because Hank thinks it's a good idea to continue to pay for him, even though it's destroying his life as well, because he's being supported by his family.
Since he hasn't streamed in 2 to 3 months, neither his supporters nor followers are sending him money like before. Hank Yu is also in serious trouble. At this point, Johnny Somali has nothing left, even with outside help, and the latest reports only make things look worse. We'll just have to wait and see what unfolds with Johnny Somali as updates keep coming. Recently, this new report surfaced, which I'll explain further, but even before that, several creators had already exposed that Johnny Somali's condition is actually very bad. His family refuses to back him, and Hank Yu is under pressure from his own relatives, since there's no chance he'll ever get his money back from Johnny Somali. As many know, Hank originally handed that money over to Johnny Somali, but Johnny ended up stealing it.
I stole $30,000 that my grandparents actually gave to my dad to like take care of me. I stole $30,000, ran away.
Now, even creators like Atosi are openly worried about this entire situation.
Things have got so much worse for the disrespectful IRL streamer.
Because now he's basically banned on every streaming platform, so because of that, he has no real way of making any decent money. A lot of people have been asking how his family are reacting to his antics, and he's actually addressed this before he was detained in Korea.
My family disowned me. My dad told me, "You caused the whole world stress. I'm ashamed to be your father." The only thing I'm really tripping over is because my dad told me he does not want me to have kids. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just go back to crashing out. Y'all don't like me anyway. I'll make a new family.
Clearly, when people poke him about this, it really strikes a nerve.
Yes, he said that. But for you to take that and make that a joke is not a game. I don't care.
Yeah, that reaction says otherwise. My guess here is he's just realized he's destroyed his life and he wants to make it as entertaining as possible for himself until he inevitably gets thrown into Korean prison.
With everything going on, many believe Johnny Somali is simply facing what he deserves. From the very beginning, he has been a burden on his family. In Arizona, USA, he betrayed them and treated them horribly. At one point, even a psychiatrist in Arizona reportedly suggested to Johnny Somali's mother that he might need shock treatment to figure out what was wrong with him.
I feel like I'm in a state of mania constantly. The psychiatrist in Arizona was telling my mom that they want to laser shock my head to see what the is wrong with me.
That might have been necessary. If Johnny Somali's family had taken those steps at the right time, they wouldn't be dealing with this fallout now, watching their criminal son drag their name to the mud and ruin their reputation. Johnny Somali himself once admitted tearfully that his father cursed him for all the shady things he pulled in Japan. Since then, his family has refused to provide him with financial help or any other kind of support.
My parents are more pissed than anybody else on the internet. I'm telling you that right now. They're like, my dad's like, "Why the are you going to Japan and with these people? Why are you going to Korea and with these people? Why are you doing this?" Like, they don't tell them when they ask you that. I don't even have an answer.
Even before all of this, Johnny Somali had already been confronted. Because of his chaotic live streams in Japan and South Korea, he completely severed ties with his parents and relatives. That's why he now tries to act remorseful. But honestly, it looks more like a performance just to squeeze some financial support out of his family if they happen to see it.
Live streaming is bringing
more problems to my life than benefits. With socially, with my relationships with other people in life. Listen, my family to this day, they don't like me doing this live streaming shit. They think it's terrible. They think it's self-destructive, and to a point I think it is self-destructive. But
right now, Johnny Somali is finally starting to face reality. Hank Yu is no longer able to provide him with money. At this point, Hank Yu might even be demanding repayment or simply cutting off all financial support altogether.
So now, Johnny essentially is homeless. He is now a burden to Hank and Hank's family because Hank thinks it's a good idea to continue to pay for him, even though it's destroying his life as well, because he's being supported by his family, and his family is threatening to cut that off because he keeps on funneling that money back to Johnny. Why would you ever destroy your own life and ruin your standing with your own family over Johnny? This is clearly someone who's only using him because he has no options left. In an interview, they actually admitted that Johnny has ran out of money and Hank is his only lifeline.
Because of that, Johnny Somali has no other option to plead with his parents. But why would they even consider his requests? This is the same son who completely ruined their lives, destroying their reputation and dignity after they once supported him financially. Helping him now would only mean funding Johnny Somali's crimes and covering his legal expenses. At the end of the day, all of this is Johnny Somali's own doing, and he should face the consequences.
Right? Like, you can't... What are you as a parent going to do about that? Like, he's a grown-ass man. They can't just, like, walk into his room and unplug the Ethernet cable, right? Like, there are just some things that you as a parent don't have control over. I don't know his parents. I have to imagine they are probably fucking livid. They probably are so sad about this. Because it's gotta suck, man. You raise a human being for 18 years, ends up like Johnny Somali. Fucking rough.
At this stage, Johnny Somali's parents should permanently sever ties with him. He doesn't deserve any help. What's your opinion on that? Do you agree or disagree? Even if they chose to support him, there's absolutely no guarantee he would ever change or turn into a better person. Johnny Somali has never shown any sign of being capable of that. Remember, when he was questioned about this before, he completely denied it.
I just feel like people have spread this narrative about me that I'm so evil.
Do you think you're evil?
No, I don't think I'm evil.
But what he likely didn't realize was that the incriminating clip was already public, where he himself admitted on camera that he wanted to be evil, saying it openly to his fans during a live stream.
Let me be your bastion of the evil. If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist, and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation, I will be your man. I'm building up the Johnny Somali Pirates. This pirate gang from the beginning. And every nigga here right now is going to be a witness to what we're going to create.
So yes, Johnny Somali, thank you for admitting in your own words that you're evil. That video itself stands as evidence. Here's some advice directly for you, Johnny Somali. If you happen to be secretly watching as I reveal all the things you never wanted people to hear, pay attention. If you plead guilty to your crimes without putting on any theatrics, the judge may show a small degree of leniency. Otherwise, the punishment will be far more severe, and you won't be ready for it. So as it stands, Johnny Somali's financial state is completely broken. I've already covered in past videos how he can't earn a single penny from any platform. He isn't streaming. His family refuses to back him. Even Hank Yu has stepped away. So, what lies ahead for Johnny Somali? What's your take on this entire situation? Share your thoughts.